You know what it takes to be number one. At State Farm, so do we.
I think being a student athlete here really does help you focus and helps you take your time and manage it wisely and go after big goals, not just in the pool but in the classroom. I started swimming when I was 5 years old, just the typical summer league thing, probably familiar to a lot of people, but I didn't really get serious about it until high school, when I had my high school coach really got me interested in it, got me really involved, and I started doing it year-round. Obviously the academics are great, and that's what really attracted me to this school. But it has so much more to offer beyond the typical, top 20 school, just in terms of Division I athletics, the social life of a major university, all those things. I mean, as I learned about that, I just decided that this was the right place for me to come to.
His father did very well in government honors. It was called government honors back then. Mike lived in the honor committee room on the lawn, on the west lawn, and I lived directly across from him on the east lawn. I was president of student council. He was chairman of the honor committee. I knew his then girlfriend, now wife. They met here at the University of Virginia long before Michael was even a gleam in their eyes.
When I came down here for a visit as a high school student, my dad took me over and I got to talk to him. And he's just a great salesman for the university. All the things he's done and the way he can pitch what UVA has to offer was actually another reason that I came here. So I knew him a little bit before I came here, and then once I was here, he does a great job, even though he's incredibly busy, of reaching out to students and trying to get them involved in politics, trying to make sure that they're on the right academic track.
I was absolutely thrilled when he picked the lawn room next to mine. I thought that was very brave of him. I wouldn't want a friend of my parents living next to me while I'm a fourth-year undergraduate. But we've agreed to keep each other's secrets. And so, and believe me, I've had to keep a lot more of his than he's had to keep of mine.
I met him when I was 9 years old. I came to swim camp here. He's actually been a friend of the family for a while. I actually didn't decide to join the team. I just walked on the summer before my first year at the school.
Michael, when I first met him, he was a little bit more laid back, kind of a quiet guy, but as time went on, we saw that he really wasn't that guy, and he was, a little bit shy, but he definitely came out of his shell as the years have gone by.
The walk-on tradition is pretty significant in the UVA swimming program. Coach Bernardino always stresses that if you do the things you need to do in the pool and be a leader on the deck, you don't have to be the fastest person. You can find a role on the team.
Mike is a captain. He's very organized. He really keeps us on task. He organizes pretty much everything dealing with the team. Our core strengths as a team is we're so close we're almost like a family, and I think of Mike almost as like the father of that family in the way that he organizes things and keeps us all together.
We kind of think of ourselves as brothers on the men's swimming team at Virginia, and we're all striving towards a common goal, which for us this year is to reclaim the ACC title that we had for so many years prior to last year. And so when you're all working towards the same thing, it's easy to motivate each other and to push each other to compete in practice.
He definitely has the most challenging academic load, being in politics, honors. He was an Eccles Scholar, but I never saw him once complain about athletics, about how much training we were doing. I never saw him complain once about how much schoolwork he had to balance with the training.
Well, I first decided to apply for the Rhodes Scholarship this past summer, and unfortunately I ended up not getting it, but it was really just to go there and meet the 9 other finalists and hear about all they had done and learn from them was a great opportunity just in and of itself.
He's done all kinds of things, worked in political organizations and worked for candidates. He's even written an article that's been published on a political subject. So He's a very unusual and highly talented young man in every respect. He's what the University of Virginia and all universities want to have. They want outstanding athletes who represent them well, but they also want a student, an athlete, who is getting a good education and really cares about his academics, and that's Michael Miller.